Hiya folks, welcome back to food and drink reviews here on my channel. It's yours truly here, hope you're all well. Well, you can see from the video, in what hopefully will be the thumbnail, that we're looking at some more Drumstick Squashies. If you remember my previous video where we looked at the, gotta get it right now, sour cherry and apple flavoured Squashies, you'll remember me saying that there are actually two more flavours available, and today we're looking at the second of the three. Now this is probably my favourite flavour out of all three of them that I've tried. I'm not actually going to tell you what they are just yet, because I want you to guess what could they possibly be. Pink and blue. A little bit of a guessing game for you now. But I can't be that cruel to you, can I? Of course I'm going to tell you what they are. So, once again, they're made by Swizzles. Swizzles Matlow, I believe the actual name of the company is. Drumstick Squashies. Look at that. Bubblegum Flavour. That explains the blue and the pink then, doesn't it? Because you could get pink bubblegum and you can get blue bubblegum. Now I'm not too sure if it's going to tell us any particular flavours. We will have a look at the packet in a moment or so, just see what we can gather from it before we open them up and take a closer look. Now once again I do have to apologise for something. I have actually had these before, so it's not a first time video for me, I'm afraid, but I can still share my thoughts and opinions on them. I haven't had these for a long time actually. I think the last time I had these was in November of last year, so it's been an awful long time. So without further ado, let's have a look, shall we? It says there, free from artificial colours. Here's a picture of the squashy. Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning. There's a picture of obviously what one looks like. Now I'll tell you what they do remind me of, and any young people watching these videos might know what I'm talking about. When I was a kid at school, in science we used to experiment with magnets. And do you remember the little rectangular magnets that you used to have in school? One end was red and one end was blue. Do you remember them? Someone in the comments might remember them. Leave a comment if you know what I'm on about. But yeah, they remind me of those little blue and red magnets that you used to use at school in science. Like if you pushed blue end to blue end, it wouldn't stick, or red end to red end, it wouldn't stick. It had to be like red to blue. Yeah, I remember doing many experiments with them. That's what these remind me of. And obviously there's a hole in it, well not a hole, but there's a clear space in the packaging there, so there they actually are. Actually a lot more accurate than the sour apple and cherry ones that we looked at. If you remember, the different coloured sections weren't quite as accurate. Some of them were all red or some were all green, but these ones seem to be well done. So it says Bubblegum Flavour down the bottom. Let's turn the packaging around and you can see there, look, have you tried? So there is the original Drumstick Squashies, the raspberry and milk flavour. I may as well try and get hold of some and do a review on them, even though I have established in the last Squashies video, which was these ones here, the sour apple and cherry, sour cherry and apple, there we go, that I'm not a huge fan of the original raspberry and milk ones. but you know, we're doing 2 out of the 3, so I might as well get the third one and review them for you. So yeah, as we were saying, there are the ones that we did before, the sour cherry and apple flavour. Remember, I liked them very much, and I mentioned in that video that there are other flavours available, and obviously we're looking at the second flavour today, which is bubblegum, and I will try and get hold of the original. We might as well do all 3 of them. Well, there's a huge clump of information now. I don't know what it's about. All I can make out there is bubblegum flavoured gums, it says. Presuming that's what it's all made with. Assuming they're the ingredients. Hello, what we got here? Keep in touch, get in touch. Oh, there's that thing again. You can get in touch there. That's the address, Swizzles. Yes, it says it there, look, Swizzles Matlow Limited. And it's got their address, and you've got the website there, swizzles.co.uk. So these are probably all your nutritional facts, portion sizes. Look at that. Join them on Facebook, Squashies, Twitter, swizzles.com. Did I say .co.uk then? That does look like .co.uk, I can't really tell. Oh no, swizzles.com. / I don't know what that bit says at the end there. Maybe after this video I might have to do a bit of research. Well, I think that's enough said. Let's get these open and have a closer look at them. I'm trying not to come onto camera. I've got a rather unpleasant spot on my face and I don't really want that to be shown. But in case it can't be helped and you do spot it, I do apologise. Don't know where that's come from. It might be a heat lump actually. I've been out in the sun quite a lot, even though I should be careful in the sun. Oh, yeah, very, very strong bubblegum smell here. Get a few out. We can just shove them to one side, can't we? Now there they are then. So what I'll do is I'll do what I've done before with the other ones. Oops. So what I'll do, I'll make a little chessboard look-alike thing. Oh, there's 2 stuck together there. Move it back a bit so you can see them all. There we go. So there's like a little chessboard layout. Let me just point the camera up for you. There you go, look at that. That'd be a good thumbnail, wouldn't it? I don't know whether that would become one actually. I'd have to hold the camera there for quite a while. So before obviously I do break one in half and eat one for you, let's just have a look at them. So yeah, they are quite rectangular. The colouring, the separation of colouring in them is a lot more neat and tidy than those of the previous squashies we looked at. Obviously, if you've seen that video, you've just seen that some of the colouring was not accurate at all. There was quite a lot of red in those ones and not as much green. Whereas on these ones, they seem to be, okay, some of them are not exactly half and half, but they're a lot better than what the other ones were. So let's have a look at one close up. So I've got one here. There we are. As you can see that's more or less half and half. Can you see how I said it reminds me of one of those magnets that you used to have in school? Obviously you got the blue side and the pink side. Obviously the magnets used to be blue and red, but they were like this sort of shape, and they were half and half. Quite a good thickness to them. It actually looks a lot thicker on the camera than they actually are. Trying to distinguish what exactly what sort of thickness they compare to. I'd say they're about as thick as maybe £2 coins stacked one on top of the other. We did actually experiment with that in the last video, so I might as well do it again for this one just to show you. I believe I've got a £1 coin. I have. So obviously here's the squashy. I'm alright to come on this side, it's the other side. And here's a £1 coin. Yeah, so for those of you who don't live in the UK, these are our £1 coins. So for those viewers who might be watching who live in the US, one of your dollars, obviously your dollar coin, is an equivalent of 5 of our British pounds. So your dollar coin over here, it would be classed as a £5 coin. It's like you have dollar notes in America. I'm going off topic here, but I might as well just explain it. Obviously this is a British £5 note, and obviously for those of you in America, you get $1 notes. So there you go. You know what our currency looks like now. So yeah, if we compare the thickness of the coin to a squashy, I'd say 1, 2. I'd say 2 of these stacked on top of each other would be the equivalent of the thickness of one squashy. So yeah, they're quite thick. Don't know how you're supposed to eat them. Obviously, I'd just eat one whole. They've got quite a. They do squash a little bit, but they sometimes most certainly go back into shape. So they're a bit like a sponge, like a rubbery, spongy sort of feeling. Obviously, they stretch. Well, they sort of stretch, look, and they break in half. Let's see if we can break this in half. So I can, but what I tried to do was break all the pink off, so we were just left with the blue. it hasn't really worked. It doesn't matter. So obviously what I've done is I've split the squashy into two. As you can see now, there's a little bit of blue stuck to that one. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to eat it like this and try and distinguish two different flavours. So what I'll do is I'll eat the pink bit first, which I'm presuming is going to be rather strawberry or raspberry flavoured bubblegum. So if you don't like the sound of people eating, adjust your volume now, especially if you're wearing headphones. Here we go then. So just while I do this, I'll pan down, and once again you can have a look at those. Okay, so I've swallowed it. Definitely strawberry. 100%. That's got to be strawberry. Yeah, very nice classic bubblegum taste that was. It leaves your mouth with a lovely juicy aftertaste. So that was the pink. Here we go with the blue, which I'm going to presume is rather blueberry. Not really a smell to it. I'm going to presume it's rather blueberry or blue raspberry. So let's give it a go. I'm going to guess blueberry just because of a fact that obviously that didn't have as much taste as the strawberry. Now I often find this with squashes. One side is always more flavourful than the other. It was like with the sour cherry and apple flavour that I reviewed previously. The sour cherry, you could hardly taste it, where the apple was more flavourful. The apple side was much more flavourful than the other. And it's the same thing with these. The strawberry side is much stronger than the blueberry side. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to eat one whole and see what it's like to combine the flavours. Let's get that one out of the way. Still the raspberry, or the strawberry even. I mean, I do think there is a slight more amount of strawberry in these than the blueberry, but I just don't know. There's just no taste in this side whatsoever. But they are nice. They're not overly sweet. I should imagine if you ate too many at once, it could start to be a bit sickly. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to fold this one over like this. You can experiment with these, look, because they're squashies, so you can squash them together. That looks like a little pillow, doesn't it? So obviously now they're the same sort of diameter now that we folded them over. So I'm going to just do a little experiment now and see whether we can taste it anymore. A little harder to distinguish that time, because obviously I'd folded it over, so the squashy was the same size on both sides, so the flavours were mixing together. I still think you can taste the strawberry a lot more than you can the blueberry. But I like them anyway, I think they are nice. So, scoring system time then. Well, ooh, that's a tough one, isn't it? I'm not being biased, or I'm not saying it just for the purpose of the video, but I think these particular squashies deserve a 5 out of 5. I like bubblegum. I like bubblegum drinks. I like bubblegum in general. I like bubblegum flavoured things. And these have got a lovely flavour to them. Again, obviously you can't taste as much as the blueberry as you can the strawberry, but maybe that's just part of squashies. Maybe that's the whole point to them. But even so, nice flavour, great consistency. They're not overly sweet. I wouldn't advise you to eat too many at once. It'll probably make you feel a little bit sick. But yeah, deserves a solid 5 out of 5 for me, I think. So that pretty much wraps up this video. Like I said, obviously if I can find the other ones, the original, I will do a review on those for you, even though they're not my favourite. But yeah, stick around. If you've stuck with me to the end of this video, thank you. I know I waffle on. I know we went completely off tangent there in the middle of the video. I started talking about currencies, which was nothing to do with drumstick squashes, but never mind. It's just the way my mind works, unfortunately. My brain can sometimes slip off onto another topic, and I have to bring myself back round to what I'm talking about. So that's just part of my condition, my disability, I'm afraid. I do have a tendency to go off tangent, but you know, I was trying to give you a bit of information, really. But having said that, we've made it. We've made it to the end. So thank you for sticking around. If you have, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget, give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment if you wish. Don't forget to leave a comment about what I mentioned before in regards to the magnets at schools. If you were a kid or are a kid and you know what I'm talking about, leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do a lot of different videos. Some of them are just casual nights out or casual videos. There's some unboxing videos, obviously the food and drink reviews. Yeah, there's quite a wide array of videos on my channel for you to have a look through. There's even some flight simulator videos, so if you like aircraft, check them out. But for now though, until the next time, take care, and I'll bid you good day.